Hello, this is Chef Marcus Guiliano. I am your chef on a mission. Today's mission, how to spot fake grass-fed beef in a restaurant. All right, it's so easy nowadays to call out a restaurant and saying, your menu says grass-fed beef, but you're not serving grass-fed beef. And here's the easiest way to do this, folks. This is the easiest way. So let's check out this menu. This is a local menu here from a local restaurant. Burgers and sandwiches. And it says all burgers are made with XYZ Cattle Company, grass-fed, 21-day age, grass-fed, dry-aged beef. All right. So it lists the actual name of the company, the cattle company, the farm, the producer. So then you pick up your smartphone and you start doing a Google search and you go to the website, and here's what the website says. It says, pasture-raised, dry-aged beef in New York and Western cattle brokerage. So, dry-aged, pasture-raised. Let's break down pasture-raised. Pasture-raised means the cattle are out on pastures. Now, by no means is there any disrespect to this cattle company. The restaurant probably doesn't know any better and just took the word pasture and called it grass-fed. So we'll get into the actual legal definition of grass-fed beef in a moment. But pasture-raised beef means that beef are just out on pasture. They can eat grass or they can eat grain if the farmer's giving them grain. So let's see what the next page on the website says on this website. Now, this can all be done within 2 minutes, 3 minutes of sitting in a restaurant and looking at a menu and saying, oh, you have grass-fed beef? Let's find out. And this happens a lot. I've done this a lot of times. This is usually how the easiest way to tell people, hey, your menu is mislabeled. There's a lot of reasons, a couple reasons why menus can be mislabeled. Either the restaurateur, the chef doesn't know the difference at all, or he's actually just trying to use a buzzword of grass-fed and just saying, hey, I'm buying local beef, it's grass-fed, and I'm going to charge you more for it, make you think you're getting something that might be superior, and put an extra price tag on it and make more money. So, now here's what the actual next page of the website says. We raise all natural, humanely treated, and responsibly pasture-grazed animals without ever treating them with antibiotics, hormones, or steroids. Our animals are free to roam our lush pastures. They eat a vegetarian diet. This is all great, right? For grass-fed so far. Grass makes up the majority of their diet, 80%. Uh-oh. The rest is supplemented with local grain. So this cattle is indeed grain-fed. Now, here's the exact definition. American Grass-Fed and the USDA claim their definition of grass-fed when places go to market their beef. Now, by no means is the cattle farm here marketing their beef as grass-fed. They never put this on their website, okay? And there's nothing wrong with this beef, but if you're looking for grass-fed beef, truly grass-fed or grass-fed beef by definition, by USDA definition or American Grass-Fed Association, this does not meet those criteria. So some of you out there only want to eat grass-fed meat and want to avoid meat that's been cattle that's eaten grain whatsoever. Now there's reasons for that, health-specific reasons that there are. I'm not going to go into that right now. There's another totally separate topic. At my restaurant at Roma Time, our burgers are in the same manner. They're pasture-raised, grain supplemented. Our steaks, however, are 100% grass-fed beef. And a restaurant shouldn't have to write 100% grass-fed beef. If once you write the word grass-fed, it's automatically the assumption that the animal, according to the USDA and American Grass-Fed Association, has only eaten foraged grasses on the land and or supplemented with something like hay. And it's very specific, very written out, and that's it. So as soon as you write the word grass-fed, you've committed yourself to an animal that is 100% grass-fed if you're serving that. Now, one can easily say, well, yeah, these animals have eaten grass, so they're mostly grass-fed or they're grass-fed grain-finished. Again, as soon as you say grass-fed, you've committed yourself to an animal that's 100% grass-fed. Grass-fed, grass-finished. See, there's a little bit of marketing terminology there that kind of tricks the consumer. However, you could technically say that every animal out there, every piece of beef out there, at some point in its life ate grass. Because there's so many stages of cattle production, commodity production that is. A farm like this is probably calving their own calves, they're raising them out, and they're taking them to processing, they're marketing their own beef. But in a commodity program, in commodity beef, the guy who's calving them, the guy who has the calves, is not the guy who's selling the product. He's the guy who just keeps the animals for a couple months and sends it to auction. Then you have a middle feeder. The middle feeder sticks it on grass pasture. He feeds it as little as possible because he wants to keep his costs down. So the animal's been eating grass. And then you stick it to a finisher or a feedlot or to somewhere else where they're now mixing in grain into the diet, if not all grain. So at some point, every single piece of steak out there, you could make a claim, this was grass-fed and grain finished, which is really what's happening to all beef. So once again, I really want to stress this. Once you use the word grass-fed in your description, you need to be 100% grass-fed. There's no, there's no gray area. It's black or white. It's either grass-fed all the way or it's not grass-fed. So this restaurant, it's a local restaurant. It's only 15 minutes from my restaurant. I'm not sure if they really know, but one of a guest that called me, somebody, one of our friends, a consumer that was there, said, Marcus, take a look at this. Is this really grass-fed beef? And I said, I'll tell you in 2 minutes. And I showed them how to easily do this on a smartphone, do with a Google search. And right then and there, you can tell a lot of times if indeed you're eating grass-fed beef. And again, grass-fed beef to some people is something that they go out of their way for. They only eat grass-fed beef, and they're really diehards for that. So for them, you're tricking these people. You're tricking these people, which really isn't. It's not right. It's not ethical. It's not moral. It's in fact, it's against the law. It's against the law to misrepresent menu items on your menu. And have I called this place? No, I haven't. Well, I probably won't. I think the best solution to this problem is having the farmers actually monitor how their beef is being represented on menus. And the farmer should be the one saying, this is how you need to word our beef. This is the exact definition, description. This is how you want to actually word it. Now the farmer might say, hey, grass pasture grain finish is okay to describe our beef. But again, you're tricking a consumer because every piece of meat out there is grass-fed. So every menu out there could realistically say grass-fed, grass-finished. And that is misleading the consumer. That's it for this. If you have any restaurants that you want me to check out that you think might not be serving grass-fed beef or wild salmon, leave them in the comments below, and I will. I'll do some investigating. It took me a little while to bust Tom Colicchio in his restaurant Craft Steak. He had lots of cuts of meat mislabeled as grass-fed when it was indeed raised on grass, finished in a consolidated feedlot. And Tom Colicchio got mad when I called him out online, but nobody at the restaurant would listen to me. 6 phone calls, and they told me I was crazy. The manager, the butcher, the kitchen manager told me I was the one who was wrong and that I was the one. Well, once I put it online, they formally apologized to the public and thanked me for catching their typo that they refused to listen to me on. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave some comments. Give it a thumbs up.